Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nia if you're new here, and we are romanticizing all things quarter life crisis. And what spells quarter life crisis more than packing up your entire life and moving to New York City? Almost to spot number 1. Go back and check out my other video, my first moving vlog, to talk about the why and all the things. But today we're doing apartment hunting tours. So definitely stick around, like, subscribe, stick around for more, and give me your comments down below of which apartment you would choose, any feedback, things you love, don't love about these units, and let's hit it. Alright, let's start out with apartment number 1. This was in the Fort Greene / Navy Yard neighborhood of Brooklyn, to 1 bed, 1 bath. I was able to find some of the floor plans, so I'll include those if I have them, and of course the price in all of the units. But so you walk in and you first walk into this closet that you have here, pretty decent space, 2 built-in shelves. This unit, or this building I should say, is a brand new building, so you'll see some of the stuff's out of place, just some construction materials, whatever, but had nice appliances. Spent 5 to 10 minutes trying to figure out if this was a washer dryer combo or if they just forgot the washer and the dryer, but nonetheless we kept moving. And so the living room, as you can see, it's kind of tight. I mean, of course, we're in New York City, so space is going to be minimal, but this is definitely tight. However, come on with this view, and you can even see on a cloudy day that this view was going to be stunning when the sun was out. As you can tell, this apartment building is right on top of the highway. It's literally in the BQE. Like, I could just jump out the window and be driving on the BQE at any moment. But the apartment was super nice. The finishes that they chose, we loved that. The lighting was great. So it was a good unit. I mean, nothing too crazy. Now, this is where it really docked points, because this bedroom, it was just not going to work. It was just not going to work. I mean, the closet space was really deep, but as you can see, the bedroom is really narrow. And I mean, I love the little sconces that they had on the wall, everything. Again, the view sells this place, but for whatever the price was at the beginning of this, no. Anyways, number 2. All right, so apartment number 2 is in the same building, so it's going to be similar finishes, features, but a different layout. This one, again, construction mess, but really nice. But this one's even smaller, like especially with this corner unit. You notice that it takes away from like some of the livable space that's in there. Again, the wonderful view of the BQE, and it was nice, but we knew, again, not enough space, especially for the price. The area of this building is really great. Fort Greene area is really nice. It was very like family friendly, walkable neighborhood. Still felt like you had a lot of things around you. Really good train line access, subway line access. So that was really good. But again, this unit, you could tell by the corner cutting of the unit, since it was a corner unit with that little terrace, it just wasn't going to work. Okay, so this is apartment number 3, again, still in the same building. Like I mentioned, this was a new building. People were just starting to move in. So they had a bunch of units to show us. They were still getting snatched up very quickly, but this quickly became our number 1 unit in this building and in our overall search so far. So as you see, the appliances were super nice. Love that for us. This kitchen, actually, the video doesn't do it justice. It was a little bit wider than some of the other more galley kitchens. You could even fit like something up against that wall. But again, the real winner here is the view. Even on such a cloudy day, you could tell this view was going to eat. It was going to eat. And there were so many windows in here. It basically would have gotten sunlight all day long, which is really huge in New York. You want to make sure you have good lighting, or else you will be stressed and depressed. So we want to avoid that at all costs. Washer and dryer, of course, and there's still some storage space in there. The bedroom was a decent size, but again, we run into that issue of, since it has that corner cut detailing from the building itself, you do lose out on livable square footage, because you can't really do much with that. Sconces on the wall, again, the finishes that they picked with this building, super nice, but you can't live just based on finishes alone. So as you see, we're measuring out everything as we're going across these units. This was our number 1 for a while. The storage, again, here was a little bit better, wider closet. Loved it. I included the rooftop of this building because it was just great. It was just sensational. It literally saw from basically like the Brooklyn Bridge all the way, down and around. It was really good. You can't see too much, of course, because of the cloud cover, but again, the views here on this 8. Also, just like a bonus for this rooftop, it did have grills, which is, you know, a little bit unheard of. And coming from Charlotte, we have a grill and we will miss it so dearly. So to have a grill even as an offer just was like a sweet cherry on top. So my husband was really hyped about that. Needless to say, though, we did not go with this. All right, so apartment number 4, we are switching gears over to Williamsburg. Williamsburg is in the thick of gentrification right now, of course. So there's plenty of new and renovated buildings with like luxury amenities, etc. So this building was really nice. Again, this was another new build. Not everything we saw this day was new. We just started off really strong with the new builds. But this bathroom finishing was even better because that medicine cabinet actually opened and had some storage in it. This unit was pretty standard. I mean, little square bedroom, nothing special, nothing crazy, closet. And then you move on. The washer and dryers in this closet. You also have a closet right here for your coat storage, whatever. And then next you'll see it's a stackable unit. Sensational. And then we have, these were some of the smaller appliances compared to the previous unit. The living room in here was a bit bigger, I would say, in terms of just like livable, workable space. However, this unit, things weren't really included and everything was separate. The amenities were separate. Your electric, gas, everything was separate. It was just kind of crazy. But the other places were offering to include your utilities and such. This one had a great terrace spot though. Great. This was like great terrace spot. It was kind of secluded, so you weren't around too many buildings looking in on you, but you were on a very busy street, as you can see right down below. That's Williamsburg for you, and that's just moving to the city. All right, number 5. Again, we're in the same building in Williamsburg in Brooklyn, and this one's a different layout. As you see, I included that floor plan here. So bedroom had similar square footage. I would say a little bit bigger. You can barely tell by these pictures, but just a little bit bigger. Same finishes, everything. This one, however, compared to the previous unit in this building, had another closet, which you'll see in a second. But you see the closet space here, pretty decent, nothing too spectacular. Has a built-in shelf and also like a light fixture, which was in there, which was nice. The bathroom, again, the storage under the sink and everything was great. And then the medicine cabinet, loved that. And of course, always being in a new building, you get kind of just like fresh. You don't have to have that someone else lived here feeling. But then again, you're also trading what if something is broken. So, but there's the extra closet. And then you have another closet right here next to your washer and dryer. So you had a little bit more storage in this one. Same kitchen setup, flush against the wall, nothing crazy. Living room, about the same square footage. This one had just like a regular terrace. Bloop. Okay, on to number 6. So now we move over to Bed-Stuy. This was actually a split level condo. So it had 2 what would have been considered bedrooms, if you will, and 1.5 baths. So this is the largest place we saw in our price range, and definitely a little bit farther out in terms of being in Brooklyn. But we like this place. However, there's just a lot of things. So you see the kitchen, and this was a condo owned by someone, and this was going to be their first time renting it out. So what you're seeing here is all of their stuff. Don't worry, there's no personal effects in here, but it was pretty lived in. You know, they had really done their big one in here. I don't know what this staircase art piece was, but it was taking up a lot of space, which I thought was like, wow, you could be using this for so much more. The pros of this were that it had, of course, 2 bedroom type of areas. This one they were using as an office, you see, with this big L-shaped desk, so you could easily fit a full-size bed or something in here. And also it had a full like backyard terrace area, which you'll see. I think I walk out. So nope, yeet. That whole back terrace area was for this unit. So you go downstairs, and now you see the second living area, if you will. So this is what they were actually using as a living room, and then another bedroom kind of space, open space. As you see here, though, this is like in here facing just like a drainage wall. And so that really bothered me. And I was not going to be in here sleeping next to a drainage wall and just be spooked out all night and sleeping in the basement. Did have extra, like I said, half bath down here. You see the washer and dryer. Plenty of storage. This one had like 3 or 4 closets in it. You see there's another closet. plenty of stuff. So there's like 3 or 4 closets in here, and that back door actually went out to another exit, which again I also didn't like, because I didn't want to have 2 entrance exits, one upstairs, one downstairs. It just felt a little, I would have been creeped out, to be honest with you. But it was nice that we saw something completely different than what we had already been touring. All right, last and certainly not least, we are in Bushwick, Brooklyn. This unit, it had floor-to-ceiling windows, and as you see, of course, your neighbors are right there. Very New York, and we were literally looking out the window and just seeing people working from home in their drawers. I mean, I love a little, just nosy neighbor moment, but that would have gotten old very quick. You see a closet space. I mean, it had decent living room space, nothing crazy, very open floor plan. I did like how this kitchen was kind of out of the way so it didn't eat up your space, but I didn't love the finishes. I don't know what was going on there. That's where the washer and dryer would have been. The bedroom, pretty standard. Another closet, so the closets were like randomly placed, but the bathroom finishes are really nice. I love this dark tile and the light that was in here. Hello. But that's it. Again, let me know which of these you like, didn't like, whatever your feedback is, and BRB New York, because we're coming very soon.